Hey, my name is Rafael, you're watching Rock and Roll Garage, and today we're going to talk about the Rush vocalist, keyboardist, and bassist, Mr. Geddy Lee. And I'm going to tell you a really interesting story about Geddy Lee, about a concert he decided to go on his own because his friends didn't want to go. But first, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave your comment below, and visit rockandrollgarage.com. Well, the thing is, I don't know, that's a personal thing for everybody, but I was never bothered about going by myself to a concert because, hey, I'm going there to see a band. Doesn't matter if I got friends with me or not, you know. That never bothered me as long as I wanted to see the band, as long as I was a fan of the band, you know. If you're not a fan of the band, that's another story. Obviously, it's better to go with other people so you can talk to them and etc. But, you know, if I really want to see a band, it doesn't matter if I have a company or not to go to a concert because I'm going there to see the band. And back in the late 60s, that was what Geddy Lee had in his mind, and he was totally right in my opinion. And it's really interesting, and it's a story that, you know, if you get bothered about going alone to a concert or going alone to do something you really want to do, and maybe you decide not to go just because you don't have a company to do that, you know, I think you should rethink about that, and you're gonna see why you should rethink that. Because the band that none of Geddy Lee friends wanted to see back in the 60s was Cream, which is probably the first supergroup in the history of rock and roll. Ginger Baker on drums, Jack Bruce on bass and vocals, and Eric Clapton on guitar and vocals. I mean, that power trio, the power trio that was a huge influence to Rush a few years later. And can you imagine if Geddy Lee had decided not to go because his other friends didn't want to go? He would have missed the chance to see Cream. Cream was active for only a few years. And, you know, Geddy was lucky enough to be a teenager at the same time the band was active, at the same time the band visited Canada, and at the same time the band played a show near to where he lived, and he decided to go on his own to the concert, and that's magical. I mean, he can say now, more than 6 decades later, that he had the chance to see Cream, and that's what he recalled in a really interesting interview with Sirius XM back in 2013, and we transcribed that interview, and he talked about the experience of going to a concert. So you're gonna see right here, and we're gonna talk about this. He said, "Cream sort of changed my life. They blew my mind, and I remember they're coming to Toronto, but I couldn't get any of my friends interested to go to see them. They were playing at the Massey Hall, so I went down, bought a ticket, and I went by myself. I just had to see them. They were such an important band to me. Jack Bruce's bass playing was just out of this world. Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker, I mean, they were the ultimate trio. The most influential band of my entire career in many ways. The day I bought the ticket, I was walking through a department store because it was chilly out, and all the televisions in the TV department had shots of Robert Kennedy. It was the day that Robert Kennedy was shot. So it's another thing that I sadly never forget. But Cream were a really incredible band to me. It was incredible to see them live back in the day. So, you know, this is a really interesting thing that we gotta remember. You know, it's an interesting story, and I really made this video because sometimes in life we get sad or bothered that we're doing things alone and we don't have a company to do one thing or another, or our friends don't want to do that, or they don't like that kind of band. I mean, most of the probably 80% of the concerts I went in my life, and all the bands I had the chance to see, I probably went alone, you know, most of it. And it was just an incredible experience because it was me and the band, and it was a connection I had with those groups. And it's just an important thing we got to remember. We can do things alone, and if we do things alone, we can really have an incredible experience. Can you imagine if Geddy had decided not to go to see Cream? Probably his life could have been different. I mean, he said he changed his life, and it was the most influential band for him. So that day was crucial for his future. And maybe, if you at a given day decide not to do something because you don't go alone, you don't want to go and do that thing alone, it can be a crucial good thing for your life. So try to do that. Next time a band you want to see is in town and you don't want to go because you don't have a company, go by yourself, man. If it's a big band playing in the stadium, there will be thousands of other people like you that are there to see the band, so you're going to be connected with those people. You're not going to be there alone. You're there with the band and with many other people that also like the same things you like. Don't forget that, okay? See you later. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave your comment, and visit Rock and Roll Garage. See you later.